Yeah, you're in a good mood at the moment.
Yeah, boy.
You guys have beaten Chelsea 2-0.
Yeah.
What did you make of the performance today?
Well, what do I make of our performance? You can only play what's out there, and we faced up against the Chelsea team that had no clue, man. They just looked like a mid-table team to me, but we did our job. We were clinical, we made a lot of chances, we limited their chances as well. You know, and everyone did a decent job, and the work rate was on point. If you look at our forwards, Lacazette and Aubameyang today, they were winning the ball all over the pitch. They were absolutely brilliant. So it seemed to me like we wanted it more, and we had a much better system. But before the game started, I was worried because I thought we've got no width on the pitch, and we're playing a back four. And we needed Lacazette and Bellerin to give us that width. And I thought if we're playing a back four, they're not going to be able to do that without leaving us exposed. But Chelsea trying to play with this false nine with Hazard just doesn't work.
Yeah, I just couldn't understand what they were trying to do. Because from what I saw is that they kept on getting into the last third.
Yeah.
And you guys were comfortable with that because they had no one to target, and like you guys dealt with the pressure that they gave and you could counter attack.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys were very, very comfortable. But what I want to know is where was that endeavour against West Ham?
You know, it's a weird one, man. I just it's one of those things that we're all humans, right? We're not always at our best. We have good days and bad days. That was a shocking day against West Ham. But, you know, for me, I can accept that, yeah, you're going to have some bad days. And for me, a big team, what they do is they say, we've been humiliated, you know, and how are we going to respond to that? Either you kind of like shrink, or you say, do you know what, we're going to stand up and be counted. And that's what Arsenal did today. We actually said we're going to turn up, we're going to show that that's not our level, we're 100 times better than that. And that's what we did. I'm not saying that you can accept what happened against West Ham. That was unforgivable. It was a shocking performance, but the reaction was good enough, and that's what I'll focus on today.
You'll have that positivity against my boys on Friday.
Well, look, man, you guys are on form. You know, you're seriously on form. You know, when you were under Mourinho, you were a laughing stock, man, and I would have loved to have played you then. And now I think that, yeah, I'm fearful of that game. I was fearful today against Chelsea as well, but you know, look, I'll give you due respect. You're a team that's bang on form. I think 7 wins on the bounce, so it's going to be very difficult. But with the FA Cup, the thing is, it's always a case of what team are you going to pick. If you're going to pick your first choice players, then it'll be a very tough game. If either one of these two teams says, oh, it's not a priority and plays their reserves, then I think the other team will batter them.
You guys are the record holders. Obviously, you've got one more than us in the FA Cup. Do you see that as a priority to go and win the FA Cup, or would you rather stick your eggs in the Europa League and the top four?
It's difficult because had we lost today, we would have been 9 points behind Chelsea, and I would have said, do you know what? The league, we're not going to get top four. FA Cup's more important. Now, 3 points behind Chelsea will put ourselves right back in the mix. Europa League has got to be more of a priority than FA Cup because, you know, that will get the Champions League football. I really want to win the FA Cup. I love that competition. So for me, I really want us to prioritise it. I want us to play a full strength team and try and do the business. But we have got a tough run of fixtures coming up. So look, it's important to me. I want to play a first choice team, like maybe not Lacazette and Aubameyang, but you know, one of the two or something. And I want to batter you guys. I want to knock you out, because if we knock you out, what are you winning this season? Nothing. That'll give me a lot of satisfaction.
Yeah,
I want that.
I hear that. I hear what you're saying. Still, no, it's going to be difficult. But based on today, do you guys think, you know, you have the strength and depth to actually, you know, fight on all 3 fronts?
No, well, when you say fight on all 3 fronts, not to mount a serious title challenge, not to go right far into a European competition and, you know, the domestic cups. We haven't got a squad capable of that, in my opinion, right now. And also, I can't judge it on today because, as I say, man, Chelsea made it easy for us today. They got into our final third, like you were talking about earlier on, looked up and then just passed it back because they had no one in the middle. And I just thought, like, you're crying out for a target, man. And Olivier Giroud, back to goal, is one of the best strikers in the Premier League. If you can get him playing back to goal with Hazard, Willian, Kovacic, Barkley, players like that running off of him, he will do very well in that team. He will do a lot, and you know, those other players can do a lot of damage. And they're just not using him to his strengths. So in a way, I kind of feel like Chelsea really threw the game today. They had one shot on target. It was very, very clear it's not working. They didn't even make those changes at half-time that they needed to make. By the time they made those changes, it wasn't even like a double substitution. By the time they made the changes and finally Giroud came on, it was too late. The game was gone and Arsenal were in control.
There was a lot of players that played well for your team, Lacazette, Shelby, Lasmich, who've done well, Socrates. Who would you say was your man?
For me, it's Lacazette. You know, when the game's 0-0 and you're looking for someone to come break that deadlock, a moment of magic, that cross in from Bellerin wasn't a great cross, by the way. I don't think he picked out Lacazette. I just think it was almost...
He has no right to score for Liverpool.
No right whatsoever. It was 4 touches. Each and every one of those 4 touches was absolutely immaculate. And that's the word I'm using for Lacazette today, immaculate. And listen, at half-time I was thinking to myself, I can't remember a striker that is better at that near post finish than Lacazette. For every team that plays us, when he scores one of them goals against you, you might say, oh, could our keeper have done better and all that sort of stuff. But people that watch Lacazette week in, week out, you realise he's a specialist at that finish. He hits that ball so ferociously, so high, so hard, but by the time the keeper even knows the ball's being struck, it's past him. You can't even react to it. The last player I remember finishing like that at the near post is Gabriel Batistuta, and that is high praise for Lacazette. So listen, man, for me, Lacazette was man of the match. His work rate is always on point, and that's what I like about him as well, because even if he doesn't score you a goal, his work rate is always brilliant. But Lacazette is one hell of a big game player. You look at his record, he scores so many goals in big games. So to me, I was gutted he came off the pitch. It should have been Aubameyang for me. But Lacazette, even though he didn't play the full night, was my man of the match. Pleasure, man. Pleasure.